Hey there. This is my friend Charisse. I'll put her links and everything underneath, you know.
I don't have any links.
Get the Twitter and all that other stuff up there so you could add her up, you know. Today we are going to talk about bullying. Yes, beautiful, ain't it? But practically talking about how much it's affecting today, especially lately, especially since I've witnessed and have been around people who have been kind of bullying people, especially based on their orientation, on their religion, their beliefs, the way they carry themselves, and all these other stuff. I had actually recently tweeted about something where it's like the kind of, just for the religious part, it's like the kind of Christians I know, they tend to judge, they don't tend to help. So it's like, what's your issue? Like, you know, bullying is not acceptable, it's not right, it's not something that I find that should happen. When I was younger, I was bullied. I mean, his beautiful face was not always beautiful once upon a time.
We were both ugly ducklings.
You know, braces, glasses, looking like the real stereotypical, you know, head brace and everything.
It just wasn't fashionable back then.
It just wasn't. Versus now, psh, what? Wear a retainer and sunglasses. Sweet. Call up. Like, no. But, like, back in the day, that happened, and it still happens now. Whether it's in, whether it's fist fighting, verbal, people calling names, to now over the internet. Like, my sisters have even gone through bullying. And it's just one of those things where it's like, why? Why is it necessary? Why does it happen? Why does it need to happen? I mean, if it's just a life cycle where, you know, you have haters, you have people who are out there to hate, to, like, be like that, and they're supposed to be your motivation, so they help you in the end to be a better person, all that kind of stuff, then I guess we do kind of need bullies. But then at the same time,
I don't feel like we need bullies. Like, why can't it be constructive criticism versus hateful criticism?
I agree 100%. Sorry, my phone's going off. But like, it's just one of those things where it's just like, why? Like Cherie said, you know, constructive criticism. Like, you always hear the thing, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Just simple as that. If you find that somebody stinks, don't go around and being like telling LaQuisha, Bonisha, all these other people.
Why do they have to be ghetto names now?
Okay, Tom, Jerry, Dick, Tom, Dick, and Jerry, Jane, you know, like, and be like, oh my God, she stinks, da da da, or he stinks, and da da da. Like, why does it have to? Just go to the person and be like, listen, your BO is kind of high. It's kind of been rattling some people's noses a little bit lately. You know, you think by any chance you could work on it and make it a little bit easier for everybody else to live around in? You know, like, something simple like that. And it's polite, it's simple. You're not going around telling the whole world, you know, oh, this person stinks, like, da-da-da. You're breaking them down.
But apparently it's funny to laugh at other people's pain.
For some reason. Like, if I think it's intentional, like, the person's going out to get laughs, that's fine. But if you're doing it and the person's, like, unaware of it, that's wrong. Just don't do it. Like, that's just rude. Yeah, guys. Don't do it. Drake said, please don't do it. One of y'all go in, then we all go through it. Like, don't do it. Just simple. Who is calling me? Anyways.
But also, with how kids are definitely taking it, like, a lot harder than they used to. Like, I feel like back when I was little, being bullied, I don't know. I feel like it sort of gave me tougher skin. I never used to go home and cry about it or anything. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, like, kids are internalizing being bullied and committing suicide and going through depression and cutting and stuff like that. If you're a bully, why would you want people to have, like, why would you want things that you're saying to have these effects on people?
Right, and they're not in a, like, positive perspective. They're in a very negative one. Your actions cause the death of somebody. Like, I don't see how much joy comes out of that. Like, there's no reward, there's no award that comes and is given to you for that. Like, you don't get anything for being the toughest, meanest bully in the world. Like, no.
Except less friends.
You could argue, would be like, oh, but they're loyal to me. Bitch, they're scared. That's what really what it is.
There's a difference between respect and fear.
It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. One of the main things, if anything, like, one of the main stuff for bullying, and I find this through girls more than anything, judging other people based on their lifestyle. That has come to my attention more than anything, where it's like, if a girl is promiscuous, or she chooses to, you know, hang out with a certain group of people, or she chooses to do certain things with her life, that's her. Like, let her do herself. Like, that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do. If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to take part of it, that's you take yourself out of it. But once you start going out and being like, oh, well, she's this, she's that, whatever the case is, blah blah, then my question to you is, have you done it?
Right? I feel like bullying stems out of being ignorant. You're scared and ignorant, and so you turn that into hate.
Right, you know, like, it's like she knows how, I don't know, she goes and she pole dances. She's not a stripper, she just takes classes to pole dance. That's it. But you're quick to turn around and be like, oh, she's a hoe, she's a skank. She learns to do those things because she wants to go and get all those guys, you know, she flaunts her body and all that kind of stuff.
Really? What is wrong with being confident?
Like,
if I feel like I have a good body, and I want to show it, why are you hating?
Like, why? And then she's a pole dancer. She's strong.
What? Right? Has anybody really checked out pole dancing?
They are strong.
Right? Their bodies are amazing. Like, they're so toned and like, ugh.
Oh my gosh. For you to
I would take some classes because they were free.
Like, can't be dissing pole dancers at all. But, like, just in that scope, just like, if that's how the person wants to live their life, that's what they want to do, that's what they want to partake in, let them do that. Don't judge them and be the kind of person who's going to be like, oh, this and this. If you've never done it, you can't say anything about it.
Don't knock it till you tried it.
That's simply it. Like, if you never taste Kool-Aid, don't say Kool-Aid's bad. Like, for all you know, Kool-Aid could be the ish, and that's it. Like, so what? That's one of my biggest things that I've noticed lately, very much, out of girls and guys, but mostly girls.
Yeah, we're obviously going to speak from a girl's like perspectives. We are girls, we probably deal with girls,
and like, that's like the biggest form of bullying that I've been seeing lately. Messaging me or anybody that I know recently through the internet and saying, you know, like, or through text, via text, and being like, I'm gonna beat you up, whatever, this and this.
What do you mean recently?
Like, I'm just saying, like, recently.
Okay.
Like, I haven't had any incidents or haven't heard any incidents where somebody's being bullied that way. But I've noticed on a regular basis that judging has kind of been like a main bully source, like main
right
thing.
And I don't think people realize that judging is like, well, it isn't bullying, but it turns into bullying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at first it might just be like, you know, you're all condescending, your nose in the air and whatever, but what stems from that is like comments and actions. I feel like it has to do with growing up too.
You're right.
Like, you have to grow up and realize that people aren't going to be the same as you.
No, you have to understand that.
Just because they aren't doesn't mean that you're any better or they're any worse.
Right. Very much.
Or you're any worse.
You know, it's just what it is. Just what it is. Just no bullying, guys. No bullying. None whatsoever. Please and thank you.
Right? Even with kids, depression is real. Seriously.
And it grows up, it stays with you until you're older.
If you grow through it.
You know, like,
some kids don't even make it that far.
All the way up to like my age, where people are like, you go to the clubs and girls are just standing there like stush, like what, looking at like, you see what she's wearing?
Or hey, because I dance and you want to be a wallflower, it's a problem. Gosh,
that bugs me. Like, why does she always want to be dancing? Like, what are you coming to the club for? What are you doing? Go stay home. Like, no.
People do different things. Like, you guys come to the club to, I don't know, stand and look pretty, and
come to the club to go dance. Shake
maybe talk to some dudes.
You know, like,
we go to dance.
That's really it.
Let's not hate on each other though. Like, I don't care if you want to stand there and look pretty. Like, if you look hot and like I like your dress or something, I'm gonna say something. You know how many times I went up to chicks and been like, yo, those heels are banging. Where'd you get those? Like, I have no problem complimenting other girls.
But it's just, you know, it's just hard to get those compliments.
It's hard for other girls to give compliments.
It's just a hard thing to do. It's just everyone's looking at people like, not everybody, but most and some are looking at other people like, I have to be like, like,
why is it so hard for people to be nice? Or not even nice. We can't just be like cordial, civil. Like, why does this